G'day folks and welcome back to Sydney Retro MTB. What a weird year it's been, both in my personal life and on the channel. Basically things didn't go the way I wanted it to go on the channel, like for subscribers, views, ratings, things like that. And I actually had a bit more time on my hands this year due to an unfortunate redundancy. So I did actually plough a fair bit of time into the channel, but yeah, unfortunately it didn't take off like I thought it would. But at the end of the day, this is all just for fun, and this isn't a money earning channel. And you know, hopefully I can step up the game in 2025. It'd be good to get some sponsors on board, and obviously that could potentially, you know, pump out more content for 2025. Anyway, let's get cracking on with it. My first video of the year was the GT Pantera, but at the time I didn't know what actual frame it was. Second hand buy, as you can see here, it had some choice parts on it which were quite good, but I actually purely just bought it for the AMP Research forks because they're pretty hard to come by. So the frame was actually in pretty good condition, but I did give it a good polish up, and yeah, it turned into this, which was a nice little runaround. Subsequently I've sold everything apart from the forks because I just wanted to keep them, but yeah, that kind of is no longer in the stable. The next one was the Intense Uzzi DH. Fair bit of sanding back on this this project, which you'll see later on in the video, but yeah, it was in okay condition. The forks still need a respray and new decals, but yeah, the video was the bike check and then the strip down and everything like that, but the downhill bike was there. Okay, this is actually pretty much my most modern day prized possession. Did a video of the breakdown on it. It's got some insane parts on it, but unfortunately the video absolutely tanked in ratings. Again, I don't know, it's not a modern bike. I say that it's 2015, but it's not retro. And obviously, you know, you start putting stuff on the channel that isn't retro when it's called Retro MTB, and it just didn't take off. But did the video breakdown of my bike. Here's another video that tanked, unfortunately. I'm in my private life, I'm into watches. I love collecting them and the history behind them and things like that, and I watch a lot of watch videos, so I thought I'd do one on the classic Animal Pro Series chrono. The colours obviously inspired by the Animal team, so close downhill link, but yeah, it didn't take off as well as I'd like. The next one was the Ghetto AF MK4. So this is the fourth kind of frame strip down I've done of something totally random, which was bought in a pretty rough part of Sydney, hence the name Ghetto. And yeah, I've not seen the Whistler Cycle Works frame before, ever. So yeah, I spent hours and hours and hours paint stripping it, sanding it back, polished it, and then built it up with the moto bars, like proper moto bars. It was a fun little project, and yeah, as you can see here, I'm obviously sliding into someone's DMs. But yeah, it was good. You know, it had XTR parts on it, XT, and yeah, some lovely retro parts. So yeah, it was cool little build. And this was actually my first submission of the year to Vital MTB. I didn't hear anything or see anything from the website for quite a few months, and then yeah, basically it got bike of the day, which is cool. Don't quote me on this. I am going to do a video on some accolade achievements next year, but it might be my 7th bike of the day or something like that. So yeah, yeah, I love kind of submitting it. It's quite fun. And here's the picture that they chose for their bike of the day. Now subsequently the frame is up for sale at the moment, so this is filmed in December 2024 and it is up for sale if you want to buy it. Now this is one of the most pressured highlight videos of the year. So Toasty came over from New Zealand and we did a ride for a few hours and had a couple of beers, and it was super fun. Never met him before, but I've been chatting to him for about a year and a bit, and Adam is the most loveliest guy. Obviously his channel does amazingly well, and you know, I suggest that you go and join the Toasty Rides clan and subscribe to his channel. But we had an amazing day, and yeah, I can't wait to catch up with him again. Like I say, the nicest guy on the planet. It's super cool to meet him. So thanks Toasty for coming over. I did a few spinning part series this year. So we did the Dave's chain device, along with a few other things that you're going to see here. Now, I really enjoy doing these because they're quite easy to film, and it just obviously highlights, you know, in quite close-up detail of how products are from the you know, from the 90s, that you don't normally get to see this close up. And obviously with the rotisserie, obviously you get to see the packaging and the product from a full 360 degree. Unfortunately, again, these videos absolutely tank. They do not do well in the ratings at all. No one else does this on YouTube, to be honest, so I just came up with the name spinning parts, obviously because it's on the spinning rotisserie there. But look, I'm going to keep on doing it because, like I say, it's fun, it's easy. Once something's set up, you can just put a product on there and you know, showcase what was done. But I mean, as you can see here, new old stock Shimano DX pedals. You know, you don't get to see these too often in close-up like this, so yeah, maybe one day this little segment will take off, who knows. Here's a full refurb that I did a couple of years ago on the Rob Warner bass jump pedals, but then obviously only uploaded it onto the spinning parts in 2024. The next video that is coming up is essentially just like a breakdown of the GTR TS2 that I found in the back of an old bike shop in Sydney. Absolutely knackered. It had a full rear shock rebuild, full stripped down with sandpaper and then polished all the way back up. And I just did like a bit of a history on the bike, got new decals, and it was a bit of a restoration story, to be honest. Again, that actually tanked. But yeah, subsequently a few years ago when I actually did the build, it was just before my channel started, so there was no actual footage of it. But yes, I did submit it back in the day, and it got Bike of the Day on Vital MTB. This was another video. Again, I bought this bike before the YouTube channel had started, so there's no video documentation of it, but I got this in amazing condition off John over in Bondi, and yeah, it was just like a little bit of a history lesson on the actual bike and just to show you around with all the pictures. Again, you don't normally get to see this close-up images of bikes these days, so it was a very special build, and it was a lovely bike. Yep, unfortunately this one tanked as well. This is just a history lesson of my intense Uzi VPX, which I got imported, well, I got it shipped over to Australia when I emigrated over here from the UK. So I had some UK race pictures and just documentation in picture format of the bike and the parts on it, and yeah, just the kind of history lesson. It was a fun bike to ride, it was good. If you remember last October, I did the Clown It bike. It just looked like a clown bike of the Kona Cinder cone. Well, I did another toned down video of it where I actually, you know, toned it down, no bright colours. Did another build and a little video. That was last year, but this year I actually submitted the picture to Vital MTB, and surprise, surprise, I got another bike of the day. So folks, don't be afraid to, you know, upload your bikes on Vital MTB. You know, you never know, you might get bike of the day. Doesn't mean anything, it's just kind of bragging rights and a few accolades of how nice, you know, you've done on the build. So that was quite a nice little surprise when I woke up that morning to see that. Okay, not to go on a downer, but yeah, the Jason McRoy Trilogy projects, something very close to my heart, and Jason was an idol of mine. This roughly took 4.5 years to do all 3 bikes, and the amount of money that was ploughed into it to essentially get 99% identical replicas to Jason's. Unfortunately, again, the whole series absolutely tanked. I did get a Vital MTB bike of the day for the M2 build, which was cool. But yeah, the whole series, I did 6 videos in total. So I did 3 bike builds, and then I did 3 bike check videos. Obviously, I'm super proud of this. This is most probably actually my biggest personal achievement within the retro biking world. And again, it took years and years and years to source all the parts. So obviously it's Jason's 30th commemoration year next year. The videos might go a bit better, but we'll see. The downhill bike actually got another Vital MTB bike of the day, but the cross-country version didn't. And here were the just the bike check videos. These are the thumbnails that I used. So go into every single part in a bit more detail than just on the bike build. So go and check them out, show them some love. Go and watch Dirt video and mountain biking UK history videos and stuff like that, and you'll see everything about Jason. So still keeping his memory going, and yeah, get into it. The next video, this was actually the kind of reveal and the bike build back up of the intense Uzzi DH. So as you can see, I polished everything to the absolute maximum. I didn't get around to getting the forks done, but I did a rebuild with new parts on it, and also did a Shimano DX pedal strip down and rebuild section in that video as well. And yeah, that was the final product. So very proud of it, and I'll get the forks done one day. This was a little bit of a different video. Again, it didn't do amazing in the ratings, but this was to highlight all the YouTubers that I watch for mountain biking. I can't remember how many there were. There might have been 20 or 30 different YouTube channels that I listed down. Here are just a few of the images that I used. But yeah, it's just to show a bit of love and to highlight people's, hard work. And, you've got to do the like and subscribe to support the channel, believe it or not. I know it's a cliche saying, but I did a whole video on that. So if you want to find some new people to follow, go and watch that video. Okay, this was a bit of an unexpected video that I actually did, because I bought this bike purely for the suspension forks, but I am actually now going to keep the whole bike because it's immaculate condition. I have actually kind of fallen in love with it a little bit, but this was the Mountain RM7. So this video is just a bike check video. I haven't done a strip down and clean and then another video on it. I'll do that later next year, but it's in pretty good nick anyway. It's cool. It's a cool bike, but I'll go into it a little bit more detail next year. Towards the end of the year, I actually did a 2023 recap video because I forgot to do it in 2023. So there you go. Go and watch that one and you can see what happened last year. Okay, so 2025 projects. This is what I've got installed, plus possibly a couple of others on the side. So I've got a frame respray and a fork rebuild to build up the Sintesi Bazooka, which Corrado Herring used to ride. I want to do a Steve P LTS Boomerang replica. Thank you, Dottie, for the picture here. And then the other project, which is currently in process, is the Sonic recoil. So stripping all the pearlescent paint off, sanding it back, grinding it down, and then new decals. So hopefully that will keep you enticed over the year, plus a few other side projects. And yeah, thanks for your support in 2024, and I will see you all next year. Have a good one. Cheers, guys.